What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here with another predicted lineup. Europa League last 32, the away leg tomorrow night. Watch along tomorrow night, just after 5 o'clock, 5:55 kickoff. So actually watch along just after 5:30. But exciting times, last 32 of the Europa League.
Yeah.
Jose's press conference has been done. We've done our reaction to the press conference. Now let's do our predicted lineup. Let's have the team news.
Yeah, so bad news, I think, on the team news front. Reguilon has been ruled out of this game, and he's in with a chance to play on Sunday against West Ham or the second leg, but he's been ruled out for this one, even though the club have actually released pictures of him training and even a video.
Well,
of
the
him
same as
training.
Serge Aurier last week.
Yeah, but they actually did a little video saying Reguilon's back or something, but he's not going to be playing this game, unfortunately. Serge Aurier.
I think he even put out his own social media post saying how he's back and everything as well.
Yeah, maybe, but I know Spurs did. I haven't seen that one, but I know Spurs put on our social media account saying whether Reguilon's like progressing, whatever. But he's not playing in this game, unfortunately. We're desperate for him back. Serge Aurier, bad news, very bad news on Aurier. Unfortunately, he's saying that Reguilon, he's going to be out for more time than Reguilon's going to be out. He said he's not going to be playing the next two games, maybe the one after that. So maybe for the Burnley game, he might be back, which is a big blow considering that in midweek he was pictured in training, and we thought that he was potentially going to play against who'd play on the weekend, City. We thought he was going to play potentially in that game, and we were surprised he was left out. And then all of a sudden now he's going to be out for a while. So that's not good news, especially that he's definitely our best right back. Lo Celso remains out. We know about that.
We have no idea when he's back, Lo Celso.
Yeah, I mean, he must have torn his hamstring or something. He must have torn it. He must have torn it. It must be more than the strain, which is very bad news. And also Mourinho was saying how the players who played 210 minutes in the last two games, he's going to look to give them a rest if he can. So expect some changes in this one. But he said he's going to go with the strongest team he can go with physically, whatever that means. So we're going to try and predict what he means by that. But yeah, that's the team news.
This is obviously an away tie, first leg of the last 32. I mean, it's got a bit of a twist to it, seeing as the home team are not actually playing at home, but we're still playing away. So it's like Wolfsberger have two away ties pretty much.
Yeah.
So we do have a bit of the upper hand, aren't we? This game is played in Hungary.
Yeah, in that sense, I think because we're away from home and because we're playing in a neutral ground and we're going to have the home leg, that gives us a bit of a slight advantage. And with Wolfsberger not being in familiar surroundings, and I would also say the fact that they're sixth in their Austrian league will probably give us a bit of an advantage. But apart from that, yeah, it shouldn't make too much of a difference in that sense.
Well, you know what? They're sixth, which is probably equivalent to us being ninth. So
is it in Austrian league? I'm not so sure about that. It's probably equivalent of them being like playoffs in League One, I would say.
No, I'm talking about where they are in their league to where we are in ours. It's like halfway point. You know
I see what you mean by that sort. Yeah, I thought you meant like quality.
No, not at all. Not at all. But look, let's get into the predicted lineup. We're going to go for a 4-2-3-1 formation in goal. We're going to stick with Hugo Lloris. Obviously, Joe Hart has played a lot of Europa League games this season, but we're getting to knockout stages. We're getting to must-win games, so he's got to play.
He gave his full backing for Lloris in the press conference. I think Lloris starts this game for sure. I think if it's a comfortable win, for example, in this one, maybe Hart comes in for the second leg. Yeah. But I think he's definitely going to trust Lloris for this one.
Left back was an interesting one because obviously we brought you the news that Reguilon's out. Ben Davies has been overworked, overplayed, played literally every minute for the past, since Reguilon's been out injured pretty much. And even when Reguilon was fit, he was covering in as third centre-back and stuff like that. So he really has been overplayed, Ben Davies. So we feel Japhet Tanganga is going to switch over to the left-hand side. Yeah,
and it could be Doherty, obviously, who played there against Liverpool. But we're going to give it Tanganga for now. We're going to say he's going to play left-back. It's difficult because if Reguilon is going to play on Saturday, then on Sunday, then I can see Davies playing this one. But the fact that Reguilon's a doubt puts even down our mind that if whether Davies is going to play in this one. So because we're going to need him on Sunday if Reguilon is out again. So we're going to go with Davies giving a rest, and we're going to go with Tanganga, left back.
On the other side of the right back position, obviously Aurier out, so Matt Doherty's going to come in.
Yeah, he has to play this one, unfortunately. It is what it is. Look, I'm sure he should be able to cope against Wolfsberger. Another opportunity for him to show that he's available. And we're probably going to need him on Sunday as well.
I mean,
Thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless
if he doesn't have a good
Tanganga
game
play.
against Wolfsberger, if he doesn't show that he's at some sort of certain level, I promise you, even if Aurier is out for West Ham, I don't want to see him playing.
Yeah, probably Tanganga, the way he played against City, will probably come in anyway. So, but he starts this one. It's another opportunity for him to show his stuff. So, Matt Doherty right back.
Centre-back positions, seeing as we put Tanganga in the full-back positions, Joe Rodon can't play. He's not in the squad. So, it's between Dyer, Toby and Sanchez. Sanchez played a lot of football the last few games. Dyer has missed a game here and there. Toby didn't play in the last game either. So, we're going for Dyer and Toby to reform their partnership.
Yeah, I think those are the two to go with. Sanchez played 210 minutes against Everton and City, so I think those two are the partnerships for this one. Process of elimination.
Yeah. So the defence is going to be Lloris in goal, Tanganga left back, Doherty right back with Dyer and Toby in the middle. In the double pivot, the first player we're going to put there in Højbjerg's position is Harry Winks.
Harry Winks, because we'll give Højbjerg a bit of a rest. So yeah, he's going to get some game time.
Maybe it should be the other one in Højbjerg's position, but we'll go into that in a second.
Yeah, whatever, either one. It's the double pivot will be Winks and Moussa Sissoko, we're thinking.
Yeah, so Moussa Sissoko and Harry Winks, which formed pretty much our double pivot for the whole of last season. Yeah,
and I think Ndombele needs a bit of a rest. Played 90 minutes against Everton and had I think 60 or 70 minutes.
65 minutes.
Against Man City. We need him as fresh as possible for me against West Ham. I wouldn't be too surprised if he does start this one, considering he didn't play the full time in the past two games. So if he could play, but I'd rather try and keep him fresh and bring him on like we did against Wickham if we need a goal later on.
We just need to have him fresh for West Ham as well. It's such
a
big
game.
game.
We need him on top of his game for that one. Yeah.
All right, so on the left-hand side of the attack, we're going to go for Steven Bergwijn.
Yeah, we think he's going to start. Didn't play against City, and he was all right against Everton for an hour before he went off, so he starts this one.
In the middle, in the number 10 position, we're going to go for Lucas Moura. I've actually been quite impressed with him in the central role. I think when he goes out wide, he can sometimes get lost in games, but I think in the centre he is getting involved much more.
Yeah, he's been all right past couple games. Wasn't that great against City, but against West Brom and against Everton, he was pretty good.
Yeah.
He offers a lot of energy to the team. We know that. Lamela, obviously, is another option, but the fact that he played a lot of football against City and against Everton, and with the fact that we know his injury record, I think he's going to get a rest in this one. So I think Lucas Moura retains his place. Dele Alli, obviously, also another option, but he hasn't shown enough for me that he's going to get a start in this one. So I think he's going to be on the bench.
Yeah, so we're Lucas in the centre. Out wide on the right-hand side, we're going to go for Gareth Bale to come back in. Obviously, had a nice little cameo when he came on against Man City. The game was already done and Man City players weren't really trying anymore. But Gareth Bale's going to come back in.
Yeah, he's another opportunity for Bale in Europa League. Mourinho, there's been a lot of talk about Bale. Didn't actually mention him in his press conference, which is a bit of a surprise for once. But I feel Bale will get another opportunity after his cameo against City, and hopefully he can take it.
Yeah, and then up top we're going to go for Carlos Vinicius. Give Harry Kane a bit of a rest.
Yeah, I think we'll have Kane and Son on the bench and Højbjerg. We've got to remember we get 5 subs in this game. And we also have 12 on the bench. So we really do have a lot of options if we want to change it. So there's no real need to risk anyone from the start, especially against a team, who we should be able to rest a few players and get a result. Against Lask, who are above them in the league, we rested a few players and were able to get results. So even though I know it's the last 32 of the Europa League and, you're getting to the business end, I think we should have enough confidence in our squad to rest a few players, and if it isn't going right, bring on the big guns. And and as I said before, even if it is a draw in this game, if we have a poor result and a poor performance, and we do end up drawing, then we still have a second leg to contend with. So all is not lost. So I would rest a few players in this one.
I mean, at the end of the day, these are what these players were brought in for games like this. To ease the burden of the first team in massive games. And we've got a massive game this weekend against West Ham, so we've got to ease the burden of them, and we can't go into that game tired. We just can't.
Yeah, hopefully Kane won't have to be used. He might have to be at the end of the day, but I'd rather him come on than have to start and play an hour or whatnot.
All right, so let me run through that team with you one more time. So that's Hugo Lloris in goal, Japhet Tanganga left back, Doherty at right back with a middle two of Dyer and Toby Alderweireld, Winks and Sissoko in the double pivot, Bergwijn out left, Bale out right, Lucas in the centre with Carlos Vinicius up top. What scoreline prediction are you going for?
2-1 Spurs.
2-1. Tight one are you going for?
Oh, are they going to score? Yeah, we're going to concede 2-1. 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for 3-1.
3-1.
3-1 Spurs. I think if we win this game 3-1, we can go into that second leg and play a similar team and kind of not have to rely on Sonny and Kane. And I back this team. I think Gareth Bale, I've got a feeling Gareth Bale's going to put in a good performance.
You've had that feeling a lot. I think
I have had that feeling a lot.
We've all had that feeling a lot.
But look, I got a feeling. So let's see what happens.
I got a feeling.
Come and join us tomorrow night for the live watch along. Kickoff is at 5:55, and then it's the post-match fan show straight after that, where it's your chance to have your say on the game. Gold members, your link will be in your community section. If you're not a gold member, come and join us. And if you're not a gold member and you can't join us, we'll try get to you after we get through all our gold members. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.